times, people think of giftedness as an identity that only children have. There's still a stereotype that someone grows out of their giftedness. But with giftedness being a brain-based difference, it's more conducive to see it as a lifelong cognitive profile. During one of our virtual events, a parent asked about resources for profoundly gifted high schoolers. So here's Laurel, the Director of Family Services, to share her thoughts, insights, and resources that come to her mind. Stay tuned after the video for more information on the benefits of the Young Scholars Program and how you can directly access features like these virtual events.
So, couple of routes. There's the Gifted Teen Survival Guide, published by Free Spirit Publishing. That's written for teens specifically and has a lot of gifted teens contribution to that book. It's in its 5th edition now. It's been around for a long time, so it has a lot of accumulated wisdom in it. And it talks about all facets of life, including the social aspect. So that might be one place to start. I would also wonder, with the social anxiety and the self-constraints, I wonder what his story is about himself, his self-image. What is his story that he thinks about who he is and how he is perceived by others, where his kind of self-understanding is, sometimes diving deeper into understanding yourself helps you with social pieces, right? Because if you know yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, that's a building block for then letting other people know you and letting other people like you, right? Many gifted students have developed a negative story about themselves. I don't know your particular child, so I'm not saying this is definitely 100% what's going on. But many young scholars have built up over time a pretty negative story. Shifting that story, and by learning more about giftedness, about how their brain works, about the experiences of other gifted people, can help. And in the follow-up to this, we can put together some resources beyond the Gifted Teen Survival Guide to give you some places to start on that self-knowledge journey. Beyond that, getting a mentor or a more formal counselor or therapist to work through this has been helpful for other young scholars. We in particular, and let me get you the particular link to this. We know about, and I don't know where you are, so this may or may not work. But there's an organization called Lumate, and they focus specifically on anxiety in teens and young adults. They are telehealth, and they have licensed cognitive behavioral therapists on staff that work individually with a student to first assess where the anxiety is having a big impact, which obviously, a lot of where that is right now. They also do an intake with the parents to learn about their perspective on things and stuff like that. And then they come up with a plan after that kind of initial assessment and intake on exactly what kind of the therapeutic process is going to be. And they are big on building skills so that students use this as a transition service, not an all the time service. So unlike other forms of therapy where there's kind of no end, they try to develop measurable goals with the student and work towards those. So that is Lumate. So that's one direction to go. If you happen, they have services in a handful of states. But if that is not an option, I can also point you towards our map of tester therapists if you want to go down that. Because I also talked about a mentor. Having someone else that has been on this journey before can be helpful to other students. That might mean someone that's interested in the same things that they are, or someone who's also PG. Sometimes attending some of our talk with sessions can be helpful to seeing other young scholars talk about their journeys. In particular, I'm thinking of there was one young scholar that talked about how he built community to kind of make these connections. And I think it was Talk with a Community Builder and founding member of the Secret Oven Society of A. And this, I've a fairly young scholar, like still alumni, so in their 20s, talks about how they built community and the struggles that they had around that. So that's one direction. If you're looking more for the mentor in an area of interest, then and again, all of these resources will be in a follow-up email, but just to get you started, we have a guide on finding an advanced tutor or a mentor here. So that can give you some other tips to go down.
Thank you for watching. Check out our Davidson Gifted blog post on this topic, linked in the description below. The Davidson Young Scholars Program provides our members with opportunities to connect, engage, and access a range of family services to support them on their profoundly gifted or twice exceptional path. Want to learn more? We host application Q&As for families to learn more about our program, testing requirements, and the application. Visit our website, davidsongifted.org, to find the next available Q&A on the upcoming events tab. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.